Hey Gemini, I'm so happy to finally land upon your video. I have been showcasing major gem energy throughout all these readings, and I think it's been annoying other people, but I'm here with my fellow gems. I'm a Gemini Rising, so that's how I appear. And you guys will cut me some slack for being so spacey. This is your November 2017 reading. Thank you so much for joining me here again. This is my third set of videos, and I've just been so astounded by the reception of people being so kind and giving feedback and constructive criticism, and I'm just so happy to make it a bigger and better and brighter channel here for you. So let's get into it. I'm going to be using the general Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and I'm going to be using the same deck per usual that I use at the very end, the Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle deck by Mel Brown. Did I say that already? I don't know. Gemini. Gemini Rising, Moon, Sun, of course, and then the more I get into astrology, the more I realize that all the placements in your chart are important. So if you have any planets in Gemini, it's a good thing you're here. I hope you're watching. I love when I get a nice, robust shuffle. Because sometimes the cards are sticky, sometimes they fly. But this time they're like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. Okay. As I was pulling the card, I have like synopsis and sound bites for every card in my head. So what came up for me is a wish fulfilled, but you had to walk away from it, but you're okay. But let's get more into it. So in the past position, we have the Star card. And I love the Star card. I think it's my most favorite card. If I ever had a tattoo of a tarot, I think I would choose a Star card because it's the water bearer card and I'm Aquarius. But enough about me. The Star card is a wish fulfilled. It's about hopes and dreams, either the state of hoping and dreaming or the hopes and dreams being realized. So in the recent past position, or a past that makes sense for you, something kind of cool happened. And I don't think it was a big, like, kahuna. I don't think it was, like, the big thing that happened, or it could have been. But something, you definitely made some forward motion, and I'm so happy. Like, the other reading was a little bit sad, so now I get to be happy again. So, the Star card means that something went well in the future, something connected, you got something that you wanted, but not just like a trivial thing, like, oh, you got a new pair of shoes. You got something that will aid in your conquest to pursue or to capture whatever dream that you have in mind for yourself. And the Star card is the Aquarian card. Is it the Aquarian card? Sometimes these cards have like colloquial meanings, and sometimes they actually do mean Aquarius, but this actually does mean Aquarius. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius who helped you have this wish fulfilled. You're working with an Aquarius if it was a relationship, any type of job stuff, so Aquarius in your own chart. So just keep that in mind. But it's like something kind of went through, and it went through well, and you're happy about it, and it wasn't a trivial type of thing. But then here in the present position, that's what you're coming into November with, but here in the present position, in November, it's not what you thought it would be. And I don't want it to be like, oh, you got a new house and then it burns down. It's not anything that dramatic, but it's just like, oh, I thought this would make me happy and it didn't. Or like, oh, I thought this would get me further along and it didn't. Or, oh, I thought more people would like this and they didn't. Because the Cups card are emotional cards, and it's like walking away from something that you thought would give you emotional fulfillment, that you once loved, that you once hoped for, that you once dreamed about. And the Eight of Cups sees you walking away from it. So, and especially here, because the water-bearing card, the Star here, something came in quick, and it gave you like an emotional zhuzh, and you're super happy about it. It wasn't the big thing. But you know what your big thing is. Like, my big thing would be getting a record contract. So it wasn't that. But it was something that was close to getting you closer to that. Close to getting you closer. Whatever. And then in November, you're kind of looking at it sideways with the Eight of Cups here, like, this isn't really giving me what I thought it would give me. It's not pushing me where I thought it would push me. I don't have the audience I want. I don't have the partner I want just yet. I don't know. I don't want to say it soured on you, but you soured on it. It didn't change. You did. And you're not really about it anymore. But the reason I think you're going to be okay is because you have the Queen of Cups. So in the future, an outcome decision. So we have this continuing theme of water. So I want you to think closely about whatever water you have in your life. Aquarius, no, not Aquarius. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces people. And think about wherever water you have in your chart. It could be happening in this area of your life. And then just generally speaking, waters in the tarot card mean emotions. So whatever happened gave you emotional fulfillment, and then it didn't, and then it did. But I don't think it did. I think you got to a place in yourself, Gemini, where you were feeling okay about it. And the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, like all the water signs are, you know. I don't want to say dreamy, but nurturing in an emotional way. If you think of all the queens and you lined them up in a row, she would be the more emotional, the more one to give you a hug. She's just there to solve any type of emotional issues. And I get here in this reading that emotions are weighing heavy, like this is an emotional driven thing. Of course, it could have to do with any area of your life, but it's more about getting to a place in yourself where you are okay. And the Queen of Cups is here to tell me that you are. So whatever situation kind of like came and then like not disappeared. I really don't think the situation changed. I think you changed just in the few weeks because it didn't give you what you thought you would get. So let's get more clarity on what we can expect. Get more details to this story. What's going on? I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, so clarifying the star card, we have the Five of Cups. And now I'm changing the situation a little. So everything I said before, obviously take that and digest it in a way that makes sense for your life. But now I'm seeing maybe with this Five of Cups clarifying the star, is that the star was the remaining two cups. Does that make sense? Like the star was pouring water into these remaining two cups and you are just choosing to look at the three. And it's like a wish was being fulfilled and you did not look at it, or you did not give it its weight that it deserved. You know it's happening, but you're just kind of like, whatever. You know, like sometimes when the big thing doesn't work out or a big thing doesn't work out, you spend so much time looking at the disappointment, you don't see the small little blessings. And that's such a tried and true cliche thing to say, but it's true, and it's epitomized in this card because you're just focusing on the disappointment rather than what the star was pouring into the two remaining cups here. So it could be that a small thing happened and not that you took advantage of it, but you didn't take full weight of it, and it was kind of just happening in the background, and you're just like, whatever. But it's a wish fulfilled that will put you on your way. The star card is not a joke, man. Major arcana cards are never jokes. This is like a big thing. And even if it doesn't seem big to you, you'll look back and be like, wow, that was like an actual turning point. And to clarify this walking away card, you have the working hard card. You guys know what those are, right? I don't have to say them. But to clarify the Eight of Cups, we have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is all about working hard, but then showing it off. So we have this guy working here on this pentacle, and he's like showing it to the other people, either to sell it or to be like, hey, look at me. And the general story I'm getting is that whatever situation, the hey, look at me situation that you wanted, doesn't provide you joy anymore, didn't happen, the cups turned over, you thought you would be able to like show your friends and family this big thing that you were up to, and you can't. Or something happened and it wasn't as good as a look as you thought it would be. And you're just walking away from it. But the Three of Pentacles means that you worked for it. It's yours. It could be grounded in money. You could have gotten like a small inheritance, a small little paycheck. If you have a side gig, I always think about like side hustles. Like artists always have these day jobs, and then they make like minuscule money from their artist jobs. And you're just like, whatever, I want like the $1 million check. It could be something like that as well. I'm getting themes of disappointment, but themes of wishes fulfilled. They're two completely polar energies, almost, it feels like. But that's the confusing part of it all. I do sense that Geminis are a little bit like, like, I can't even, like, that energy, And then to clarify the Queen of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So just more corroboration and confirmation that in the end, it's going to be good. You're either reaching this emotional point of being okay, and you're reaching the point of, whatever good look didn't come through, whatever thing didn't quite live up to it. You have the 3 here, and it's being multiplied by itself. It's being squared, right? 3 squared is 9? Yeah. It's being squared, and you do get it in the end. So I want to tell the Geminis out there that whatever thing didn't quite happen, or whatever disappointment you're putting too much weight into right now. So there's 2 separate situations. If you're putting too much weight into a disappointment and you're not seeing the blessings around you, this is your call to action to see the blessings around you. And the more you appreciate, the more things appreciate, right? So this is going to be you in the end. And then, not exactly on the flip side, but an alternative tale could be that something happened and you were working for it, and it was a wish fulfilled, and it just like, it didn't provide any type of satisfaction, or the satisfaction you thought that it would get, right? So we always project, and it might not live up to our expectations. But even if it was that situation, in the end, I still see you coming in to that feeling that you wanted. So the Nine of Pentacles is a woman who is relishing in all that she has earned. She could even be relishing in the attention of others. I mean, look at how she's posed. But she's worked hard for these things that she's gotten. It could very well be a financial situation that kind of disappeared, or it wasn't as solid, it wasn't as satisfying in the months of October, maybe leading in from September. But in the end, perhaps November and leading into December, it is going to give you what you want, Gemini. So that's what I'm picking up for you here. I'm going to pull a Aboriginal Oracle to get a lasting message. Let's see, one more thing. This is the 3rd time this card has come up. Talk about like collective unconscious. We're all going through the same type of things. So the Peace card came up again. I should know it, you would say, by now, but here I am reading it out the book. So, peace. Take time to find the peace that is so elusive to you right now. Peace is sometimes elusive, as the harder we try to make time for it, the further away it gets. Wait until everything lines up. Take a breath, and in that breath, find the peace that is within the very breath itself. Breathe through these difficult times, still your mind, and peace will find you. So just as an overarching message to leave you with, whatever situation is, you know, being illustrated by these two cards here. Disappointments for sure. Walking away from somebody we thought would give us emotional satisfaction for sure. But as we are traversing these waters, emotional waters, we had to come to a place of peace within ourselves. And even though this situation may not be a huge deal, it's still enough to prick you. And even in prickly situations, we should step back and meditate and take a deep breath. So that is a message that I'm going to leave, and that the spirits and everything else wants to leave with you as well, that, you know, everything always arcs towards good. And here in your reading, it's arcing towards good. It might not be going as fast as you want, but in, you know, in the journey and in the disappointment, we can find quiet and we can find peace and strength. And when you know that this is on the way, because I'm telling you that it is, it makes it a little bit harder to endure the disappointment. So I hope you do find peace during this time, Gemini. And I hope you do know that this is your outcome and this is coming for you, even though you've had to deal with some setbacks. Also is what I'm getting. Setbacks, disappointments, things just not going through. They are going through in November. And I hope it's a good month for you. I hope I also see you back here December for your December reading. Wow, I am out of it. Anyway, Gemini, thank you so much for joining me here again on Millennial Tarot. I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. And reach out to me for a personal reading. I haven't done one yet. I'm still kind of feeling people out and they're feeling me out. But, you know, if you like what you saw and you want a one-on-one with Camille, Scatterbrain over here, then we can make it happen. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye! Bye!